whoop this nigga ass back to life. She told him, if you drown, I'm gonna whoop your ass, and she did it. She whooped that nigga ass back to life. Riley still living to this day. A lot of y'all think I wasn't coming back. Y'all thought I wasn't going to come back. You thought I wasn't going to return. I don't know why you thought that. I'm unstoppable. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back for another episode of the DLai Show, and I got a special guest for you today, ladies and gentlemen. And if you're here for the first time, glory. Damn it, glory. Hit that like and that subscribe button. Please hit it. You got to do that. You have to do that. There's a notification button right next to the subscription button. Hit that too. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy is not only an amazing entertainer. I consider him my friend. We have the same brand of humor. We laugh at the same shit. We like girls with the asses that are alike. We girls that shaped alike. We got a lot of shit in common, and we're gonna unpack it today. He's from Detroit. Ladies and gentlemen, he's a writer, he's a producer, he's an actor, he's a comedian. He does everything. I think he can sold ass at some point, but he's here today. Ladies and gentlemen, my good friend, Clayton Thomas, y'all. Let him hear it. Let that man hear it. Bro. Good brother, how you feel? I brought him out.
Bro, you gotta understand, man.
There you go.
You gotta understand, man. Your delivery is unparalleled, man. Thank you for having me, brother.
Hey, man, CT, bro. I love you, man. Love you. We don't get a chance to see each other with the pandemic being the way it is, but we would always run into each other in the club. And we always made sure we give each other our flowers.
Always.
That's what we see that y'all just got on this flower shit. I'm sick of you new niggas. Y'all just got on this flower shit. Me and CT, every time I see him, I'm like, dog, your creativity is on some other shit. He like, dog, your energy is over. So we always give each other that love.
Man, I literally say to this day, I'm like, there are only two people that I do not want to go up after on stage. Mm-hmm. That is Nate Jackson and DLai. I will. Let me tell you, when I knew, I was like, oh, okay. Well, I've earned my stripes. I've been able to tell people, hey, not going up after this person, right?
Right.
We had done Bill Bellamy, me, you, and Jay Reed. It was some private party or something like that.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably going to go up early because, he's on the road with these guys. You know
right.
So he brings up Jay Reed. I'm like, cool. Jay Reed's the homie.
Right.
And then he's like, I'm like, getting ready. I'm like, all right, bet. And he's like, give it up for DLai. And I'm like, well, this is not about to be what I needed to be in my life. And I'm not going to impress Bill because I know you put on such a show all the time.
Right.
All the time. So you go up there and you demolish.
Right.
I'm cheering. And I'm like, I might as well take this L, man. And I go up there and did just that. After that, I was like, DLai, Nate, not going after.
Man, brother, listen. I missed the stage. I can't perform.
Yeah.
I got this whole situation going on, messing with young niggas. I'm sick of y'all. And he just texted me, too. I don't want to get worked up about it because I get pissed when I think about it. CT walked in and CT saw the bike. He saw the little scooter. He was like, hey, man, hey, nigga, what's that? I'm like, I tore my Achilles. How? Playing with young niggas. I wasn't even supposed to be playing basketball. I went out there to do old nigga shit. Mm-hmm. Old niggas shoot around by themselves.
By themselves.
I went to shoot Joey by myself. I ain't bother nobody. I called up Kieran. I said, man, you got a new court, new layout, bro. I want to come over there and just shoot around. I actually want to start getting back in shape so we can come over, play around some little games.
Nice.
I get over to the spot. Easy. Easy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the little Haitian nigga. Easy is like, hey, man, let's just do a little shoot around. So I was like, okay, let's do a little shoot around. Shooting around. And we're making it like a little competition. 2 from the side, 2 from the wing, 1 from the top. Yep. 5 shots. So I'm shooting and wearing their ass out and talking shit. Easy gets upset hey man, all we do is shoot around. You always want to shoot around and play a game. I was like, no, I didn't come to play a game. I come to shoot around. So he keeps talking. He's mad. Man, fuck it, run a game. So he based me into running the game. I snapped my shit. I don't do good with pain at all. The first week after an Achilles surgery is probably the worst pain that a human, like giving birth. Giving birth out your Achilles. That's what it's like. I had.
Wait.
Yeah. That's what I said.
That's what I said. Here's the part that hurts. You were winning. Because if you look at this story, we're shooting around.
Yeah.
He's getting angry
That's right.
that you're winning.
Yeah.
Says, let me take you to my world. Let's run a game. And instead of you being like, nah, young brother, you said, oh, I'll school you in that as well.
No stretching.
Oh, DLai.
Stretchless game. That's what it was. It was a stretchless game. Yeah. I got my shit popped.
Damn.
And dog, I remember one night I was in so much pain. I called the doctor. I said, hey, man, I'm out of medicine. You got to give me something. And they be acting like, they'll treat you like you a drug head.
Oh, yeah.
They be like, how many milligrams did I give you? Bitch, not enough. Clearly, because I'm calling you back.
Yeah.
So we go through this whole regimen, and finally, let me tell you something. You become delirious. You know how they talk about you got a devil on one side and an angel on one side? No shit, CT. That shit is real. I remember saying to myself, I said, oh my gosh, I'm not going to make it. Damn. The devil on my shoulder said, nigga, just cut it off. Just cut that motherfucking foot off.
What?
And regrow that bitch. Just cut it off and nigga, I don't even want no more pain medicine. I don't want don't give me no more codeine. Give me a machete. Prescribe me a machete. I want to take this bitch off. And I'll take my chances of it regrowing back. That's how painful, bruh. It's something serious. It's definitely something fucking serious.
How long did it take for that pain to subside to where you could at least deal with it on a regular basis?
2 weeks.
Man.
Yeah, 2 weeks. Yeah,
2 weeks. It's like you don't get a break though. It's like 2 weeks and you're with yourself all the time. Damn, bro.
Let me tell you something about pain. Pain will make you say some shit. Like, it'll make you agree to some shit that you don't. Pain will make you agree to some shit that you don't really normally. Hey, man, are you in pain right now? Like, yeah, I'm in pain. Hey, I got a teaspoon of piss. If you take a little swig, and it's gone. You sure it'll be gone?
A teaspoon of piss?
Hey, man, you'll take a chance. Like, you know what? Run me that teaspoon. Right?
A teaspoon of piss.
A teaspoon.
Bro. That kind of pain, and I was telling you before we recorded, bro, like, I had stitches when I was 12, right?
Right.
My nephew was 2 at the time, and I needed to, my mom was like, yo, go make him some hot dogs, right? And I'm like, all right, and the hot dogs are frozen, so you know the way to get them unfrozen is you run them on some hot water, and then to speed it up, you grab your knife and try to separate them.
Yeah.
Bro, I grab a sharp knife to try to separate them, goes through the hot dog, slices my hand, right? I'm so afraid of my mother. My hand is open, bro.
Right.
I'm trying to hide my hand so my mom doesn't see that I need stitches because she gonna cuss me out for my hand being open. My sister gets home, takes me to the hospital, gets stitches. I literally said, no, I'm not getting no stitches. Mama gonna be mad.
Let me break this down, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to me carefully, because people don't understand the trauma that little black kids go through.
Facts.
This man has opened up his hand. Your hand ain't open. Your hand ain't open. Ain't none of y'all hands open, because your hand don't come open. Hands don't come open. You know what I mean? When you come out the womb, all your shit is intact.
That's a fact.
This man has opened up his hand, but he has had so many run-ins with his mom, he knows what that is. She said, go and fix. She gave you the order.
She the one told me to do it.
This man is willing to bleed out. Bleed out.
Yes.
Rather than go to the hospital and have to deal with the consequences of what his mom would say about that.
Because the first thing you run into with a black mother is you get that condescending tone after your bill come in. Got your little hospital bill in today, and I'm the one with the hurt hand. This is what I'm doing.
This nigga's 8. He's 8. She is telling you, got your little.
Like I'm an adult man that did something that she didn't like. Got your little hospital bill today.
Telling motherfuckers around there, yeah, I'm sitting over here. I ain't gonna be able to pay it. I can't pay it. Yeah, because I got to deal with him over here. Cutter one.
Cutter
Didn't
one.
cut his goddamn hand. And yeah, he practicing. I guess he want to be a surgeon. He's trying to open himself up. He practiced on himself early.
Cutter one.
He practicing.
Bro.
Now, let me tell you, CT, now.
Tell me.
Each episode, I tell a story in which people don't believe it. It's unbelievable. Now, I told y'all about Lonnie, the barber that cut my hair with no legs. I see. Now I'm gonna share a story with you. See, niggas I know it should be sounding outlandish. Lonnie with no legs, the coldest barber I've ever seen in Alexandria, Louisiana. It's amazing. Now, going back to what CT said about the fear, we out in Alexandria, and it's hot, 100 degrees, 100% humidity.
Woo!
So we're going to we're on the Cheatham Park pool. Cheatham Park pool is the pool where all the kids go to. Mm-hmm. Now, my one friend, Ronnie can't swim, but Ronnie want to go because that's where all the kids go. So every time we go, mama, no, you can't go. You can't go, Ronnie can't go. So Ronnie told his mama that he knew how to swim.
Oh, man.
Because, we keep going every Saturday. He missing it. So he's like, I'm finna stay. Hey, I can swim. So I think we paid like $5 to get in. And
good
you
prices.
swim for great price for a kid. Yeah. We all get together. Everybody got their towels, got their backpacks and everything. We go to Ronnie's house. Ronnie, you coming out because this is big. Ronnie don't never go swimming.
Yeah.
Ronnie finally comes to the door. His mama said, y'all come in here because I'm going to talk to all y'all. She said, listen, Ronnie, let me tell you something. Don't go out there acting no fool. Don't go out there acting no damn fool. Now, you say you can swim, you better go out there and swim. Because if you drown, I'm going to beat your ass.
This is after drown.
If you drown, I'm going to beat your ass. We out there at the pool having a great goddamn time. And like kids, what we do? We start teasing the nigga that can't swim. Look at nigga Ronnie. Hey, Ronnie. We all on the diving board coming off that bitch. Flip it. Hey, look at Ronnie. Sit on the motherfucker. He got floaties on. Take them goddamn floaties off. We ain't kids. Ronnie, we see Ronnie take my floaties. Like, Ronnie. Ronnie come over there. And let me tell you how Ronnie jumps in the deep end like he looked like he can't swim. Like this, he took a little jump. He did and it was and his motherfucking body just went to the bottom. Like doo-doo. Nigga just dropped to the bottom. So we kids, Ronnie drowning. Ronnie drowning.
Y'all are horrible friends.
Lifeguard jumps in. We're like, oh shit, this is serious. Gets in, gets Ronnie, right? He gets Ronnie. Ronnie mama ain't far away. Word gets to Ronnie mama fast. Bam. Ronnie mama is on her way. Ronnie get out there. They got his body laid out. He laid out. We 10. He laid out. And now we ain't laughing no more because we're like, oh, shit. This motherfucker serious. So they on him mouth to mouth. They get him, right? Ronnie mama comes into the pool area, comes out through the shower area in her regular clothes. She come through. You got to have on swim.
You got to have, yeah.
She came through that bitch with regular clothes on. Came through that bitch with a belt. She come down there, get people all in the way. She get out the way. Get out the way. Ronnie, get your this motherfucker spit the goddamn water up.
What?
Whoop this nigga ass back to life. She told him if you drown, I'm gonna whoop your ass, and she did it. She whooped that nigga ass back to life. Ronnie's still living to this day. What's up, good people? Hey, listen, I'm not trying to interrupt the flow, but I got to stop y'all, and we'll get right back to the money right after this. I don't know if y'all know this, but the boy's got his own merch. And when I say the boy's got his own merch, he's got his own merch. Take it in. That's right. We got to take it in hats. We got to come get this nigga hoodies. If you can go over to ItsDLai.com and get all the merch that you see behind me, you can have it. That's right, people. I want to thank you guys for liking and subscribing. And make sure you go over to Patreon for the exclusive, uncut, unhinged material. Only for y'all on Patreon. Thank y'all. Get back to the money. He's still living to this day. Real story.
Bruh, my little illegitimate delinquent son that I've been telling you about, he was about 6 years old. Told his little ass to say, you can't swim. Stay away from the little 6 feet, right?
Right.
I seen him out the corner of my eye. I'm entertaining. I'm smoking a joint. I'm entertaining, I'm smoking a joint. I see him out the corner of my eye. The next time I glance out the corner of my eye, all I see is his braids underwater. I look, and he come up for air. I catch eyes with this little son of a bitch, and he said, "Oh shit, he gonna kill me." Went back down to drown.
I'd rather die
To drown. But his dad is a X-Men, right? So I go into Michael Phelps mode, right? Throw the joint in my ear, give the most stealth-like dive into the pool from the shallow end all the way to the deep end, grab him and begin slapping him while I'm underwater. He's above water being slapped. I come out of the deep end, up the ladder, set him down, slap him a couple more times, walk away, take the joint out of my ear.
It stayed in your ear?
That's how stealth the dive was. That's how stealth the dive was.
That's impressive.
It's very good.
So I walk back to the people I was entertaining, my homeboy, and he goes, "I give the dive a 10.
I give the diver 10. Again, people, you don't understand what it's like.
Here.
And you grew up in Detroit.
Yes.
What is it like growing up in Detroit?
I'll tell you, man, and this is the God's honest truth. So for me, my mother always kept me sheltered, right? Now, of course, you got those badass cousins, the hood rat cousins
Right.
that you spend a weekend with, and you like, yeah, I like this, right?
Yeah, you get a chance to be a little free.
Man, because what I didn't know was those hood cousins were doing everything that my mom didn't want me to do, right? So they had the food that you're not supposed to eat, but you don't never get to eat. So you're like, oh, this is great. We eating ramen noodles. I'm like, man, we never have ramen noodles, right? they eating all the government like peanut butter. I'm like, wow, why won't we have peanut butter that's so thick and the serving size is crazy?
He want the poor people shit.
That's what I'm thinking.
He's like, why don't we get this? He wants the badge. Give me this. I want the good times life. I want to live like Thelma, JJ, Michael, Florida Evans. I want to live like them.
Because it's like, I'm thinking, I saw how much fun they were having, right? And my mom, like, we always had, the shelter life stuff that you're going to have, right? So, but my cousins also had roaches. And that's something that I didn't like that at all.
But you were familiar, but you knew about roaches.
I did not until I got over their house. No, sir. No, but my mom knew they had roaches. So the proper protocol, bro, when you go up to somebody's house with roaches, is to shake your clothes when you're leaving. However, it is not respectful to do it in front of their house.
Right.
You're supposed to go down the block, shake your stuff, get in the car, go off. My mom was like, no, because you're not about to have no roaches in my car. So shake all your stuff right here. And I used to be feeling so embarrassed because my cousins would be looking at me, shake my stuff.
They sitting there looking at you. You shaking the sheet like, I'm sorry.
But it's like, so growing up in Detroit was dope because I got a chance I was sheltered because my mom protected me from all the stuff that you hear about Detroit. And at the same time, when I got a chance to be in Detroit, I was like, oh, this is crazy. But it's only because you don't realize what your mother's protecting you from. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So as I got older, I stayed sheltered until I was like 18. And when I started doing comedy, I'm on the east side. I'm all over the city doing everything I never got a chance to do, really in these streets because now I'm grown and I'm doing comedy. But man, I appreciate my mom keeping me from.
You had no idea about this other side. No, what age did you find out about like another side of life that I?
Really 18, man, because when I was 18, that's when I went to the east side. Like I'm a west side nigga.
Now explain the difference.
I'm gonna tell you. You see my demeanor,
right?
How I speak.
That's what that is over there.
You know what I'm saying? People look a little cleaner. No disrespect to the east side. Always love.
They wait a minute. Look.
But the east side.
Wait, CT, hold on. Wait a minute. CT said the people look a little cleaner.
People look a little cleaner, man. If somebody asks you for $1 on the west side, you be like, here you go, brother. I'll take that. If you're on the east side, they be like, hey, can I get it? You be like, I ain't got it, bro. Because you feel like if he get closer, he gonna rob you. East side ain't nothing to play with. But that's the difference. So I'm a west side guy. Being on the east side is where I started comedy. So it's like my antennas are already up. And just to see that side of the city and to see how much fun downtown is or to go everywhere. It's crazy, man. I was like finally free because I wasn't sheltered anymore. I'm grown.
Right. Okay, you're doing comedy in Detroit.
Yeah.
All right. First time on stage, are you killing? Did you like I'm ripping? or was it just okay?
So, and this is the God's honest truth. My first 2 times doing stand-up were fire. And I'm going to tell you why. The first time was in a poetry spot. And performing in a poetry spot, they give love.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, oh, my God, that's so... I see where you're going with this, the creativity, the energy. Oh, this is funny. Right. So then the second time I performed, I took that same confidence and energy from the poetry spot into this bar, right? And let me tell you, man, and this is the unfortunate thing about being a kid doing stand-up. Adults give you a pass. Right. So I said like 2 funny things and they laughed, but I'm like, was it funny or was it just because I was 18? Right. So those 2 were good. And then the next 4 to 10 times I was trash. But I already had the first 2. So I'm like, I'm in.
So it didn't discourage you at all?
No, because I started off winning. So I was like, I just got to get back to that. And when you see comedians like, for me, rest in peace, Kool-Aid.
Oh my gosh, yes, Lord. A monster.
Funniest, bro. And I would see him, so I would go on stage doing something that was like cutesy, right? I'm like, I dated this at the time. Well, I can't say the word. Let's say special needs. I'm like, I dated this special needs girl, and I gave all these sounds, and people would laugh like, ha, that's cute. And then Kool-Aid would come up, and he would say something so relatable to people. They would be holding their stomachs, like bending over, because it was so funny and so real. And I was like, I need to write stuff that's relatable and real. And you can't force that. You have to grow in life to have something to talk about.
Right. Now, first bad set. Where we at? How big is this crowd? Any hecklers in it?
Okay. This is the first really bad set. Oh, delay. All right, so Pete, this is 2000.
You see how it just hit his spirit? It just went back there. That's what it feels when you know you had when you ate it, you go back to that moment. That's what he just did when he was there. Okay, go back there.
It's 2006. It's in Atlanta, right? I had just done Jamie Foxx's Laugh-A-Palooza in October, right? I go back to Atlanta around December. I'm like, yo, let's see what it's about. I just came back down here. I feel like I'm plugged. And Lil Duval had a night at the Comedy Theater, right? Uptown. So it seats about 600 people, but there are like 800 people in here. It's standing room only. This is way past the fire code violation, right? So Duval has the night where it's like if you performing and you bomb, they boo you and they play Beyonce's to the left. So it's like gunshots. It's like to the left, and you feel that, right? So I go down there with another comedian from Detroit. I had been doing it like 2 years. He had been doing it like 8 months. Okay. He goes up first. Duval brings him up with love. He's like, yo, man, we got somebody from Detroit. Crowd starts cheering because a lot of people from Detroit moved to Atlanta. And then he goes up. He's dancing to walk it out for a second. And I'm like, hey, man, get to your jokes.
Get out of there.
Get to your jokes. He does his first joke. They boo him. He gets off stage. Duval's like, all right, we got another brother from Detroit. And I'm like, damn, they ain't clapping now.
Nigga, we wasted our clap on the first Detroit nigga.
We ain't gonna do it again. So I get on stage. I do a joke about Flavor of Love. I'm like, yo, is it me or does New York Mama look like Chuck D? And then the crowd laughs. And I'm like, cool. I go into my next joke, little giggle. I'm like, forget that. Let me go into another joke. Right. One guy stands up and was like, boo, and everybody in the club start booing. They hit the Beyonce to the left. I come off stage. I remember what I was wearing. I had a suit jacket.
I remember what I was wearing.
A cream shirt and some blue jeans. Duval was like, hey, man, he was funny. I don't know why y'all booed, but whatever. All right, let's keep it going. I bombed so bad. Kool-Aid calls. He's like, hey, man, I just heard. I was like, what? You're in Detroit? How did you hear? It just happened. He's like, yeah, man, word travel fast. I say, I got to find somewhere to perform immediately, right? Right. So apparently comedian Griff in Atlanta, has the same club, Uptown, on the next night, on a Wednesday. So this night, they boo you and they shake their keys at you, right? No Beyonce to the left. So my boy goes up. He gets booed. He gets the keys.
Same guy from last night.
Same guy.
He's got back-to-back boos.
Back-to-back.
Got BBs.
So I go up. And before I get to stage, he's like, yo, we got another one from Detroit. I'm like, I wish they would stop.
Stop it. You making it contagious. The boo is contagious, right.
So I get on stage. I do the Flavor of Love joke. It rocks. I do the second joke. It rocks. The third joke, I got a standing ovation in the middle of the bit. I say, all right, y'all, thank y'all so much. I'm out. I left on the standing up. However, it doesn't erase the boo from the night before.
I say it does. I said it because, I mean, that's no better way to come back from a boo
Yeah.
than a standing O. Because boos have taken people's careers.
Yeah.
Like I've seen people say, man, shit, I got a job. I ain't worried about no little comedy.
I ain't worried about that little comedy.
I have seen boos, alter people's.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you got to be, I'll give you credit for that. That's definitely a comeback story.
Man, I still ain't got over that boo, bro. There are
that the
times
only
I
boo?
remember. Yeah, only time I ever got booed. Yeah. But when you get booed, bro, it really makes you take stock in your material because I'm like, it won't happen again. I'm going to crush so hard that I don't get booed. And you see other cats get booed, but you see why they get booed.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Now, I
you
wanna,
do.
Yeah,
I mean,
you see, like, I see that.
They go up there and antagonize the crowd, or
Yeah, he's in attack mode.
they're super hacky with the material. It's like, I know why you're getting booed. But like, if you give them material and they boo you, it's like, I don't know what happened, but I see why.
I hesitate to articulate.
Nah, man, I want to hear this.
Okay. Memphis Will was
AKA Chicago Chris.
that's what he called.
Listen. I always told Will the name Memphis Will was so funny to me that I tried to think of another name to go with it. I was like, Chicago Chris.
Shout out to my brother Memphis Will. Now,
Good
Memphis
guy,
Will
man.
does a lot of crowd work. He'll go up,
Yeah.
he does a lot of crowd work. He comes up to a blues song, he's got that southern feel to him. So this one particular night, I had been hearing the chatter. You know how you hear shit in comedy circles, but you know,
Yeah.
So Memphis was in here big dicking these niggas one night. Memphis, hey man, I'm probably one of the coldest hosts y'all ever seen. I ain't never seen nobody host like me. So he's going, yeah man, and a lot of people don't like to follow me. To be quite honest with you, a lot of people don't like to follow me. It's just one of the things. So I've been hearing this. Now you know me. I'm like I don't be talking no shit about no performance and nothing like that. So
You'll get a standing ovation and walk off like it didn't happen.
like what happened? Something happened? Where everybody at? Why they standing? Oh.
Did somebody spill something? That's probably why they standing up.
So, Memphis we're at the Comedy Union one night. In Sydney, Aaron Edwards. It's a bunch of comics around. And Memphis is in the green room with his shit again. Yeah, man, I'm cold. I'm probably one of the coldest ones to do it. I'm probably the coldest host out. So, I think Sydney was like, man, you ever heard of D.L. Hughley? Yeah, that guy could he host.
Yeah.
He's like, you ever heard of D. Ray Davis? Yeah, he could host. I'm just saying, like you saying, you the coldest to ever do it. I'm just
Sydney
saying.
always has that trump card, bro.
Right there, just sitting there waiting on you. So he is on it. I can't take it no more. I gotta say something. So I said, you know what, Memphis? I've been hearing that chatter a lot, man. But to be honest with you, I never really see you go behind anybody. And everybody, all the comments, oh. I was like, no, I'm like, seriously, I never see you really go behind nobody.
Let me tell you, because this story is so fire. Always got love for Memphis Will. But what people don't understand about DLai is DLai isn't this guy. He doesn't give his opinion on something unless you ask for it, right? So to even hear that you had enough and you had to say something.
You know how I felt? I'm gonna tell you how I felt. You remember on the 5 Heartbeats when they was in the talent show and they couldn't get their own piano player and they had Duck sitting there like, man, and the piano player was in there fucking that shit up. Doom, 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 doom.
Yeah.
And Duck looked like, JT, I can't do it. I can't take it no more, man. That's my music. I can't take it.
My music.
I can't. And he went over there. That's how I felt. I was like, Memphis, I always hear you sing this, but I never really see you follow anybody. And at this time, I would have been going last for like 5 years in LA. I'm the last nigga to go up everything. I'm going behind everything. Everything in the room, I'm going last behind everything. And I'm just sitting there patiently waiting. So I was like, you know what? I never see you really close out nothing. I don't really see you go behind nobody. So how about tonight? Like, you just go behind me. All the comedians. Oh! Memphis is like, man, you're not even on the show tonight. I was like, I know. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I go inside
Give
the
me
comedy
1
club.
second. I'll be right back.
I go inside the comedy club. Ends. I go into the office. I say, Ends, I need a 10-minute spot tonight. He was like, okay, brother. Don't worry. Go ahead.
I
You're
love
fine with me.
Ends.
Cool. I go outside. I said, you're following me. And they're all the comedians. Oh! What the hell is going on? Oh, shit. So I walked up. I said, now everybody can see. And it's a hot night, too. It's a hot night at the Union. I said, now everybody can see you go behind some real shit.
Because the benefit is you're giving an opportunity.
Yes.
Because if you can go up after me, I got to close my mouth.
I got to shut up.
Because you just did it. You the guy.
So, I said, we were standing side by side, and I forgot, Tahir. Tahir was hosting. Tahir brings me up, and I walked out on stage. I remember tapping him. I was like, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Walked to the stage, and I just felt great.
Yeah.
I did like 5 minutes of just crowd work. Lighting their ass up. Bop, 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 bop. I looked to the back and said, comedians, I haven't even started my set yet. I'm getting to it.
DLai.
I'm in it. Bam. I give them like 1 or 2 jokes. Bop, bop, bop. I'm DLai. Oh, I just stood there and I looked at Memphis from the stage. And the comedians are losing their goddamn mind. I walked up to him. I was like, your turn. He said, you got me. I don't want to get you. Get your ass up there.
Get up there.
They finna call your name. Ain't nobody gonna do no time in between. They will call your name. So he goes, he was like, man, give it up for Memphis Will. Memphis goes on stage. He was like, hey, man, give it up for DLai. Don't worry about DLai. Don't worry about DLai.
Don't worry about DLai.
He good. They already seen him. We want to hear you. Go for it.
Because, okay. So y'all need to understand there are tricks to following people.
Yes.
The first trick to following somebody is big upping the person that went before you.
Yeah.
Quoting something they said.
Right.
So the crowd's laughing with you, and now you could go into your joint. That's how you do it. And the extra caveat is when the host goes up, does a couple jokes to soften them back to your level of funny, right? So for a host to not do any time, they're still riding off the person before you, and for you to say, yo, y'all, give it up for DLai. That's what he's saying. These are tricks that don't use. Keep going.
And I cut it off. I stopped it. Nah, don't give it up. He good. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about DLai. He good. He finna get something to drink. Don't worry about it.
He finna get something to drink.
So he goes up and he's doing this crowd work, and it ain't snapping off.
Mm-hmm.
They just saw a dude do this crowd work. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? If you gonna go behind me doing crowd work, your shit better be on some other shit.
It's gotta be.
So he ain't killing. It's like safe laughs.
Damn.
Safe laughs. So he looks back from the stage, and this is me. I'm standing, you know how the window is, the little walkway. I'm standing right here. He said, "You got me tonight." I said, "I know. I know. I got tomorrow night too.
Tomorrow night too. And the night after that too?
Night after that too." So he finished his set. He has a good set. He comes off. He was like, "You got me. You know what? We need to do 30 minutes." Oh, man. Knock this off. Knock it off. But I only did that because I just felt like we should all stay humble.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As comedians, we still got to stay humble.
Yeah.
Because we should always be learning. You should always be learning. You should always be getting better. And when you get to the point where like, it's nothing wrong with that. Hey, man, I killed that bitch. Nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. But when it gets to the point where it's other people feel your bravado is too much, I think you're pushing too hard. You know what I mean?
You're starting to overcompensate with that confidence instead of the show.
The show. Right. The show.
Damn, you know what, that hurts, bro, because you weren't even on the show.
Nowhere
so he
near
thought
the
he
show.
was safe. Damn, bro. You're right. Let me right back.
He said, "You're not even on the show." I said, "You're right.
You got me tonight." I know. Tomorrow night too. And the night after that.
Now, CT, I want to switch gears because you and I, we got a lot in common. We
Wait,
both.
hold on. Before you, man. Okay, so before we switch gears, I remember Green Jacket DLai. You had just got here. You were doing a show at the Union. It was a couple of comics that were from the Bay Area, and I think it was some kind of showcase or something. And I remember seeing DLai in this moment. Green Jacket, you had a hat on. Funny because you had just done Who's Got Jokes.
Yeah.
And when I say you were just funny because you weren't who you are now.
Right.
And I remember being like, man, this dude is funny, so likable. I'm seeing a set. But I'm like, okay, cool. you know, and maybe I don't. How long after that did you move down here?
4 years later.
Oh wow, really?
Yep.
So you were really you were coming to visit, but
I
you
was just visiting. Yep.
Got it. Okay.
I was just visiting.
And I remember maybe the second time I saw you after that, it was like, watch out, bro. Like nobody's going to be able to mimic this energy. It was crazy.
Right.
What was that?
I think I had just hit my mode where I said as a comedian, fuck it. Like I was like, I don't care who don't like what I'm gonna say. I feel this way. I'm gonna say it. Then I said, I'm going to have fun on stage every time I go up.
I love it.
You know what I mean? I took that responsibility on myself instead of saying, well, they weren't in it tonight.
Right.
Did you have a good time? Because I think if you take on that energy of I'm having a good time, if you ever go to a party and as soon as you get into a party, you see a table, the motherfuckers, you be like, God, they were having fun.
Yeah.
That's, you know, you like, I want to have that fun. That's how I go on stage. I go on stage with my party already intact. So while I'm at the party, I'm like, hey, man, y'all can join this motherfucker if you want to.
Yeah.
I'm going to be up here.
I'm going to be up here. You had that, and I always tell a story about All Deaf Comedy. There were maybe 4 overall sets, and I'm not going to say the names other than yours, that worked. The difference is you're the only person that did only one
joke. One joke.
I've never seen anybody do a television set and do one standing ovation. I mean, we wouldn't even have to say it at this point.
Hold on, pause. Let me get back to that. Hold right to one joke. Now, let me give you the backstory to that.
Yeah.
We're doing the walkthrough for our sets, which means you're gonna go out and you're gonna run through your set. You're gonna go through this joke. You're gonna go through that joke. You're gonna run. You know, you're gonna go through your transitions, and then you walk off. So I'm pissed that I gotta do this. I am hot, Joey. Do you hear me? I'm hot.
Tell me about the gun line, bro.
There's clearly a gun line, and these niggas crossed it. I said, okay, fuck it, let's just go. I go on stage. It's like, all right, DLai, coming to the stage from Alexandria, Louisiana. Get it for DLai. So I go out there, and I was like, my friend Jose at a party, and walked off. There was like, whoa, DLai. We need you to go through the whole set. I said, y'all booked me, right? Y'all see me perform, right? So you guys clearly trust me enough to book me. I said, just let me do my set. And if it don't go well, just cut it out.
Simple.
I remember Drew was like, all right, just let him go. I'm even hotter. The
Why are you hotter?
Disrespect. I'm like, you niggas really question what are you going to say on stage? I just wrote it out for y'all. Now you want me to come and try to... I'm like, you got to trust the talent. You booked me. You've clearly seen me enough to say, well, he's trustworthy for the show. Let me go up and do my thing. So that's why that performance was strong and it was so intense like that. So you said...
One joke. Like, man, usually, and this is the mistake everybody makes when they do TV, they want to do, and live performances, they want to do as many jokes as they can instead of focusing on the ones that are just fire. I could do all of one, or I could do a piece of one and go to 2, 3, 4, and 5. You said, I'm doing one. And it was so funny from beginning to end that the climax was so fire. Brother, I'd never seen anything like it.
Wow.
That was crazy. And
Thank
for the world
bro.
to see it.
Yeah, that was an interesting taping. That was an interesting taping. Man. Now, we were speaking of tapings, we had a lot in common. Now, we're usually around beautiful women.
That's a fact.
Joey, we're unapologetic about that. That's just what it is. We are usually around pretty women. Now, here's the thing. Because I know I get it. I'm sure you get it. Why are you objectifying those women and having them women? Wait a minute. I hear this about my DLai After Dark. I know you hear this about your CT After Dark. Why are you doing it? Well, first of all, guests are invited on. Some of them are asking to be on. We are not forcing anybody to do anything.
No.
And in our case, we're not doing porn.
No.
These are like adult conversations with beautiful women. That is all.
Yeah.
I know they be on your ass
Man.
about this.
The funny thing is,
What's
like,
your take on that?
doing it, I always start off with any young lady who doesn't just be like, yo, I want to be on it.
Right.
I'm like, hey, I do this joint. We talk about sex. Would you be interested and comfortable being a part of it?
Right.
11 times out of 10, of course. And I'm like, I just got to ask, because people sometimes take things the wrong way. It's like, no, I know your style. I know who you are. We all good. Because there are so many men that do things to make women uncomfortable.
Yes.
That you have to say, are you comfortable with this?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's just so weird, because the people who are the ones that are saying you're doing something wrong are the ones who want to be a part of it.
And let me tell you something. Do you have I got a dress code for DLai After Dark. Do you have a dress code?
Of course.
Okay, good. Now, let me tell y'all how, like, y'all think that I'm the wild one. Some of these women be wild. Like, I've had women be like, hey, listen, can I get naked? No.
No.
You can't get naked. Like, fellas, like, man, let her get naked. Y'all want some more content? Do you want this goddamn content? Because if they get naked, they shutting me down.
They shutting it down.
They're not. And for those that, listen, there's nothing sexual going on. The women are not kissing and nobody's touching. We're sitting and we're having adult conversations.
Yeah.
That is all. It's beautiful women. Some of them in lingerie. Most of them in lingerie. Mm-hmm. And that's what it is. Get out my damn face talking about I'm objectifying women. I love these women and they love me equally back.
Equally.
So, we have a great time. As you can see, I've seen your show. Nobody is pressured to do anything. No. We have conversations. Now, these women want to do way more than what y'all seeing. They really want, some of them want to do porn. Some of them want to do porn. Now, I want to bring on some porn girls, but I'm scared, Joey. I don't know what they're going to do.
They're going to be, believe it or not, the porn girls are way more tame.
Wow.
Because they're in it every day. So it's like a lot of women who do the adult entertainment, they're so reserved, they don't even bring up porn until you bring it up for them. Like, I remember I done an episode, and this is on the Patreon, and another young lady came in, and she was like, yo, you look so familiar. Where do I know you from? She was like, you probably seen one of my videos. And she was like, do you do porn? And she was like, yeah. And she was like, what? And then that extended the show 30 more minutes, because then it became her answering the questions. Right. But it wasn't her volunteering. It wasn't her acting crazy. Man.
Bruh, I mean, I've heard that. I've heard that girls that do porn are like, that's not who they are. Who they are off camera. I ain't had a chance to be around them a lot like that. I've been around a few, you know what I mean? But I ain't really had a whole lot of, you know what I mean, porn company. I ain't had a whole lot of porn company.
Well, there's differences, just like strippers. You got your broken porn stars. Mm-hmm. She's broken. She doesn't know why she's doing it. She's doing it a little too much. She's doing it overtly. She's being whored out. Same way. And then you got the ones that got to go. It's the same thing.
Joy, you know a lot about what I like to call the nasty industry. Like
the nasty industry?
Yeah, we had a dominatrix on, and Joy sat behind the camera for 20 minutes and didn't say shit. Like, he didn't know what the fuck was going on. And all of a sudden started using dominatrix terms. And I was like, hey, you know this shit? He's like, yeah, I know it. God damn, Joey.
Calling people subs and doms.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, so you a sub or a dom? I was like, what? Subscriptions? Oh, wow, he's talking about something else. He's talking about her shit. Oh, wow. That's different. Well, listen, CT, bro, I enjoyed you thoroughly.
No, you got to tell the story about the grandma having you in fear. And then we could go. But I got to hear that story.
Okay. Now, I was petrified of my grandmother. My grandmother was mean. She wore a curl sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, she wore curls sometimes. She didn't, sometimes be a curl. Like, she may wear 6 months curl, 6 months perm. She may put that bitch in a plait. Like, she didn't care too much about her appearance like that. She ain't tripping. She may throw a wig on there. She don't care. She was this lady. And like, you would see, I've seen my grandmother put her wig on wrong, and I was scared to tell her that the tag was up here. I'm like, because her thing is, oh, you so goddamn smart, huh? No, I'm not. I'm trying to help the family.
Yeah.
I don't want you to go out into the community like this, and now they whip my ass at school.
The family.
So I was very afraid of because my grandmother was like, she's raised everybody kids. Like, she whoop everybody. She whoop for anything because her short fuse. I was so afraid of Emily. Don't she sound mean? Emily sound like she'll beat your ass. Let me tell you, let me show you how tough my grandmother is. No shit. I remember my grandmother said, boy, go in there and get that cornbread out the oven. It's done. So I'm like, okay, cool. I go in there and I'm looking around like, okay, I need a mitt. I need something. I was like, Grandma, ain't no mitt. She yelled, like, you don't need no mitt. Well, of course I do. That cornbread was on 400.
The cornbread
This shit was on 400.
was on 400.
Of course I need some mitts. So I'm standing there, I'm like, I don't want to say nothing else. Something else can get your ass whooping. So I'm like, making shit noise with the stove, just make it seem like I'm doing some shit. But I'm like, I'm not touching this. This motherfucker's, the oven is off, but it's still 400 in that bitch. It's still 400. So I'm sitting in there and bullshitting. My grandmother finally got up and came in the kitchen. So we got a little apartment. She came in the kitchen, always on some sissy shit, and pulled down and reached into the 400-degree oven, grabbed the pan. You hear this motherfucker sizzling in my hand. She takes the pan, put it on herself, always complaining about some shit and rubbing her head. I'm like, this motherfucker don't even care about her skin. She don't even give a damn about her skin. Bubbling. They go in there and give me some Vaseline.
Bubbling.
So that's how mean and tough she is. I was so afraid of this woman that I pissed on myself for 12 summers straight.
No way.
No, seriously. I was 12 years old pissing. I was an old pisser.
That was an old pisser.
Because my nerves are bad. Did you piss, Joy?
Guilty.
You get pissed. My nerves bad. I can't control my bladder. I don't know what's going on. Motherfuckers yelling. It's 6 in the morning. I'm about to go to school. I'll kill you, you son of a bitch. I'm about to go to school. I got a test. I leave out the house. Now I'm hearing this is all going on. I leave out the house on my way to the bus stop. I see my auntie smoking crack under a tree.
Are we cousins?
Could be. You too.
We not cousins?
Smoking crack. So my nerves are bad. I'm scared of shit. I am scared of my grandmother. I ain't scared of the outside world. It's the inside shit that I'm scared of. Now, you know how scared you got to be. You know what? I can't even control my piss. Damn. This is uncontrollable piss. I can't do it.
How did you stand up to her or?
Never? She died. That is how I stood up to her.
That is how I stood up to her.
She died.
Bro.
She died. Dog, she died. Because I remember saying to myself, I got to get grown. I got to hurry up and get grown. Because this...
I got to get grown.
I got to hurry up and get grown. This shit that's going on around here is going to kill me. This is how I'm talking as a kid. This shit going to kill me. If I don't hurry up and get grown. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to hurry up and get grown because these people, they ain't even responsible. These motherfuckers ain't responsible. I got to hurry up and get grown because if I don't, I'm going to get killed as a kid.
How old were you when she passed?
13. I was 13.
What? So that's why the 12 straight summers.
12. I pissed on myself till she died.
Wow, bro.
That's how afraid I was. Like, dog, listen. I fought kids with my grandmother. You understand? Like, I've had fist fights. I literally, I swear to God, I was in a brawl with my grandmother. A brawl. I see this nigga knock the shit out. My grandmother took a lick to the face so goddamn hard.
What?
Yeah, I'm still in that thing. Yeah.
What?
Man, listen, bro. We go out there. They jumped on me. So I go down I was living on 9th Street in Alexandria, Louisiana. These kids jumped on me. The strong boys, they stank. That's what they known for.
They stank.
Everybody know they stink. That's what everybody knew. Them boys stink.
The strong boys.
Strong boys. So they jumped on me one day, and I went back home, and I tried to look like I hadn't been jumped on. But, nigga, you look like, when you've been jumped on, you can't. Yeah.
You can't
undo that. So my grandmother see me. She's like, "What the hell wrong with you?" I was like, "Them boys jumped on me." Who? I was like, "Them strong boys, them funky bastards." So she puts on some kind of shirt, that'll hold her titties. She knew, first thing go out there is titties. So we go, and my grandmother got me by the hand and walking. My legs are shorter than her, so she taking them low. So I'm getting pulled to this bitch. And she went over and she said, "Which one of you country son of a bitches touched my grandson?" And when this nigga was bold, that nigga said, I did it. He said, yeah, well, you know what? You have to do it again. So he comes over there. He's like, what you gonna do? I'll beat you. This nigga stole on my. Nigga. Wow. I was like, nigga, you just hit a grandmother.
Wow.
He stole on her. Didn't think nothing
Wow.
about it. Wow. Nigga, she took that lick, came back. Wow. She swinging with it. She grabbing little boy. She's slinging his mother. I'm in that. I'm saying to myself as it's going on, I got to get traded out of this family. Because this should not be happening right here.
Wow.
I'm in a real fight with my grandmother and some neighborhood kids. She walk out. I'll never forget, because, you know, when grown folks fight, they leave with a parting statement. And tell your mammies, if they want to fight, them bitches can come get it too. Oh, shit. That means this shit can be continued. Like, I don't want to go through this. That was my grandmother. Mean as hell. But you ain't grow up like that. You grew up like your family, your other side of the family was that. But you didn't touch
My
them.
mom was the hood one. So this is how it goes. It literally goes generation by generation. When your mom is the street one, she makes sure her kids aren't the street ones, right? If she has a little bit of sense.
Good job. Right.
All of that. Good job. Yeah. Focus on education. Do this, do that. I want you to be better than me, all of that stuff. And then, you know, I'm super sheltered, but my mom is this hood kid, right? I always talk about fighting people, bringing locks to schools, razor blade in the mouth, all of this crazy stuff, right? And then here I am, square as can be. And then when I become 18, I just all of a sudden become hard out of nowhere.
That had to be a shock, though. Like, that's a culture shock.
Super culture shock. Because the thing I learned about adults were there is no talking. So when you're in high school or you in junior high school, you can say something like, what? Oh, well, I bet you ain't going to... Somebody right in the mouth.
Right.
So the thing that I had to learn fast was if I wasn't going to fight, to not speak to anybody.
Right. Yep. Shut up.
Simple life rules, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was... Oh, man, my mom was very hood. My dad was not the hood guy. He was this pretty boy that he would rather grab a gun or a knife because he's like, I ain't fighting nobody.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
That was an old school mentality, too. Either they fought or, hey, man, I ain't got time to be fighting.
Got time to be fighting, man.
I'm going to cut a nigga. You sound like those relatives that you got to know that had the Roaches. And
yeah.
I got them relatives. Like, I had, like, and those relatives, they raised their kids different. Like, you ever seen, like, young kids, like, young parents, how they talk to their kids? Like, I've heard that you know what? I'm going to sock you in your motherfucking chest. Keep it up. I'm like, what?
Never heard that like that as a kid.
You never heard it? Oh, I heard that shit all the time.
What? The stuff that these kids, but also it's like, for example, I hear how you speak to your kids, which is so dope because, and I'm thinking that that's because your grandmother was like that with you, that you do the opposite.
Like, dog, why you gotta cuss me like that? Like, okay, you raise your voice, okay, but you like, Dog, let me tell you something. You ever been called a stupid motherfucker the morning before the test? Like, you know I got a test, and you just...
You know I got a test?
You a stupid motherfucker. You know that? Oh, shit, I'm not going to pass.
Not going to pass?
There's no way.
My nerves are shot.
Now I got to piss. And I got to piss. It's too much.
Now I got to piss.
It's too much. CT, listen, brother. You have been an amazing guest. I love you. I got to do your show.
I love you back, man. Yes.
I got to do your show because it's a fun interactive. You got like 9 different pieces of content that you do.
I try my best to keep so many going because I don't want anything to get stale, and I want it to always be an event when they tune in.
Right.
But like it's so Tone Bell and me are doing it together now. It's called Story Time, where we just pick a topic, and if you got a story about it, tell your story. You know what I mean?
How do y'all pick the topic?
Literally random. Like last week was your brokest moment, right? I think.
Who picks the topic? Does the audience pick the topic?
No. We'll literally be talking, Tone and I. And I think the next one will be worst sex ever. Worst sex ever, or if you ever got your ass whooped. One of those.
CT, thank you, good brother.
Man.
Love you, brother.
Love you back, man.
Hey, I'll see y'all next time. This is the DLai Show.